So today I'm going to teach Philip Larkin as a poet, and I will take into consideration many important aspects of Philip Larkin. And the first aspect is conflicting critical views of Larkin's poetry. Understand it seriously and keep in your mind when you are writing in your exam. There are actually conflicting opinions about Larkin as a poet. In fact, there is a wide diversity of critical opinion about his achievement as a poet. Larkin has won applause, some of it very warm, some of it very enthusiastic, and he has provoked criticism. Some criticism very harsh, some very severe, and some of the most renowned critics have found fault with his poetry, and some of the most recognized or renowned critics have defended him against that fault finding. मतलब कुछ लोग इसके तरफ हैं, कुछ लोग इसके अगेंस्ट हैं. कुछ लोगों ने कहा कि कोई फॉल्ट नहीं है, कुछ लोगों ने कहा कि फॉल्ट है. And among the severest critics of his poetry, जो सबसे ज्यादा बड़े आलोचक फिलिप लार्किन के थे या रहे हैं, आर अल्फ्रेड अल्वारेज. Mention this name in this copy. कोई भी क्वेश्चन आ जाए, you mention this name, that the severest critic of his poetry are Alfred Alvarez and Charles Tomlinson. चार्ल्स टॉमलिंसन. एंड ये कौन हो गए? ये हो गए क्रिटिक्स, अगेंस्ट वाले. और इसके जो डिफेंडर्स हैं, डिफेंडर्स में भी दो नाम हैं. हु आर दोज? डोनाल्ड डेवी. एक ये नाम हो गया डिफेंडर में, और एक नाम है एंड्रयू मोशन. एंड्रयू मोशन, ये हो गए आपके डिफेंडर्स में. सो रिमेंबर दीज नेम्स एंड दीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, फिलिप लार्किन्स detractors have seen him as the reluctant poet of the drab. The reluctant poet of, इसको नोट कर लीजिए राइटिंग में, the reluctant poet of the drab and austere surfaces of post-war. of फिर से पढ़ लीजिए, पोस्ट वॉर ब्रिटेन होगा. दिस again I am repeating that Larkin's detractors have seen him as quote unquote the reluctant poet of the drab and austere surfaces of post-war Britain, while his defenders have pointed out the social realism of his poetry and its clear-sighted acceptance of the way things were. Eventually, it was this image of ordinary समझते हैं ना, ordinariness and intelligibility, intelligence से बना है intelligibility, which served to recommend him to the contemporary readers and helped to sustain his popularity. इसका एक पब्लिकेशन है, द पब्लिकेशन ऑफ हिज लास्ट वॉल्यूम ऑफ पोएम्स, जिसका नाम है हाई विंडोज। हाई विंडोज, ये सब भी आप अप्लाई कर दीजिएगा पेपर में। 1974। और इसको लिखने से एग्जामिनर को ये लगता है कि यू हैव सो मच ऑफ इन डेप्थ नॉलेज कि आपको पब्लिकेशन का नाम भी पता है। तो द पब्लिकेशन ऑफ द लास्ट वॉल्यूम ऑफ पोएम्स एंटाइटल्ड हाई विंडोज in 1974 brought about a great change in the earlier critical appraisal of his work. It had become almost common to say that his poetry suffered from the faults of boredom and mediocrity, and that it relied too much on a narrow range of traditional forms and techniques. But after 1974, he began to be seen by most readers as a provocative, ये वर्ड्स को ध्यान रखिएगा, इनको नोट कर लीजिए। He began to be seen by the readers as a provocative and disquieting poet. दो वर्ड मैंने बताया आपको, provocative and disquieting poet whose work showed the impact of modernism and symbolism. ये दो तीन लाइन फिलिप लार्किन का कोई भी क्वेश्चन आए तो ये जरूर लिखेगा, इमीडिएट आपका 2 नंबर बढ़ जाएगा, बिकॉज नोबडी इज गोइंग टू राइट सच लाइन्स एंड सच फ्रेजोलॉजीज। और ऐसा भी आप कर सकते हैं कि जैसे आपने लिखा प्रोवोकेटिव और एक वर्ड लगाया डिसक्वाइटिंग, तो जब आप इसको लगाएं लाइन में तो नॉर्मल उसी पेन से इसको ऐसे कर दें बस, जिससे प्रोफेसर को ये दिख जाए कि आपने इस पे ध्यान देने की कोशिश किया है, उससे खराब नहीं लगेगा। सो द प्रीवियस चार्जेस ऑफ, दो चीज का चार्जेस लगे थे इसके ऊपर, ये जरूर लिखेगा। अब वो थे, ये देखिए ये वर्ड लगाइएगा, द 2 टाइप्स ऑफ चार्जेस, 2 टाइप्स ऑफ चार्जेस। पहला हो गया जेंटिलिटी और दूसरा हो गया पैरोचेलिज्म। पी स्पेलिंग देख लीजिए, PAROCHIA, यहां पे CHIALISM। The 2 types of charges, that is gentility and parochialism, against him were now almost dismissed. ये दो प्रकार के जो चार्जेस लगे थे ये अब डिसमिस कर दिए गए। Although he was regarded as one of the poets of what came to be known as movement, quote unquote, his poetry was subsequently placed within the established literary traditions such as romanticism, realism, ये भी जरूर लिखना है आपको। मतलब in spite of anything, he was known to be as a movement poet, subsequently placed within the brackets of a poet of, you know, romanticism। ये जरूर इसको मेंशन करिएगा, रोमांटिसिज्म, रियलिज्म, मॉडर्निज्म, रियलिज्म, मॉडर्निज्म, रोमांटिसिज्म, रियलिज्म, मॉडर्निज्म और लास्ट सिंबॉलिज्म। तो इमीडिएटली आपका मार्क्स इफेक्ट हो जाएगा। प्रीवियसली he had been regarded as belonging to the tradition of poetry represented by Wordsworth, Thomas Hardy, and Edward Thomas. Later on, he began to be recognized as a follower of W.B. Yeats, T.S. Eliot, D.H. Lawrence, though he himself might not have been fully conscious of the influence of the second group of poets. So this initial starting which I did would be very, very useful and influence the examiner when you have written such themes, such words, such phraseology, and such level of knowledge. Now,